Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Muhammad Kwakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the rule and teach well. Shalom to the Akim on the highways and byways, pushing his truth, being diligent and sincere. Shalom to the brothers and sisters in the truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I just wanted to quickly speak on we can't be going around gossiping, backbiting, talking behind brothers' back. Normally, if you got a problem with or issue with a brother, if someone had an issue with me, and first off, I was gonna say, I don't exclude myself from, any video that I make or any content that I put up. I don't exclude myself from it. I'm not saying that I'm doing certain things that I bring up in certain topics, but I understand that I am still subjectable to it, and it still could happen to me because we all in the flesh right now, and we understand that the flesh is weak. So I don't exclude myself from anything. But brothers, and because I don't like to hear brothers talking about other brothers behind brothers' backs. Like, I think that the scriptures say everything should be done decently and in order, and I feel there's a lot of gossiping and whispering amongst brothers in the truth, and just in the day-to-day outside the truth. Everyone likes to gossip, but it's not a righteous thing to be talking about brothers while they are not present. So the decent way to do it would be, if you had an issue or disagreement with the brother or a sister, family member, whatever the case may be. If you had an issue, the best thing to do, if you're not present with the person at the time, is to call them, because we all got mobile phones, or most of us has, where you can make a phone call and you speak to the person. You can kind of resolve or hash out the problem, or get to resolve the issue that you have with a brother or sister. And if a phone call don't do it, it's always better to meet in person, to speak to the brother or sister, and you get to understand each other, because we're meant to be showing love, and not discord amongst the brethren. So yeah, that's the best way, is to meet up with them. And if you still can't come to kind of, if you can't resolve the issue in that way, then you get a third party, and you get another brother or sister, to come, and you can, hold a little council, so you can get rid of the situation, because we're meant to be all on the same accord at the end of the day. But what you don't do is, if the brother or sister's not present, you just start running your mouth about the brother or sister, which can, destroy someone's character sometimes. When you start talking about brothers or sisters and they're not present and they're not there to defend themselves, it's one-sided. And with it being one-sided, that person doesn't have a say, which can, you can make other brothers or sisters make a decision there and then, with the other person not being present, which can actually destroy one's character if they believe what one person is saying when they've only heard one side of a story. So it's always better to just confront, by confronting the situation head on, is speaking to the person that, that you got the issue with. I don't feel it's right to go and then, if the person's not present, start bringing stuff up or bringing up the past and that, because we all trying to move forward. So yeah, we just need to be careful how we move out here. And like I said, I don't exclude myself, but we just need to be mindful of the way we talking and what we doing, and when we teaching, when we're not teaching, because it says, if a man speak, let him speak the oracles of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And that's what we need to try and stay in the spirit. I understand we're rehearsing acts, we're rehearsing, and we know in part, we prophesize in part. So, obviously we rebuke brothers if they're doing something, they dwelling in iniquity, we rebuke them. But what we don't do is we start whispering about brothers and chatty about brothers. So yeah, I just wanted to get that. So I'll say this is Proverbs 16 and 28. It says, a forward man soweth strife, and a whisperer um, separateth chief friends. So you can make separations amongst brothers and sisters that will find with each other if we go around, talking behind brothers' backs and not confronting the brother that it's actually got to do with. So we just need to be careful of how we're talking. Watch our mouths. Sometimes it's best to say nothing. Sometimes it's best to say nothing, man. You know. What else can I get? And that word whisperer in the Strongs, it's just H5372. It means murmurs. You sussing about, talking about brothers that ain't present. Backbiting. It means to backbite. Um, and when you look at the meaning of the word backbite, it means to talk maliciously about someone who is not present. And that's what you see a lot of people do, man. People slandering people's names. What did what did Birdman say? Put some respect on brothers and sisters' name, man. It says, yeah, to talk maliciously about someone who is not present. And when you go to maliciously, it means in a manner characterized by malice or ill will. You got nothing good to say about brothers and sisters. You're just speaking wickedly with intent to do harm. And that doesn't mean physical harm. That can mean like, you do damage to someone's character. You can actually harm someone's character or reputation just through, saying a few things about them when they're not present. So I say, let's be mindful about how we talking about brothers and sisters, man, because at the end of the day, they are brothers and they are sisters. We need to keep that in mind. This is Psalms 101 and verse 5. It says, whoso privately, whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, so your Israelite brother, sister, whoever privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that have a high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. So so he's not gonna he doesn't like you trying to be proud like you are something and other brothers nothing. You trying to make your name bigger than the other brother's name by slandering a brother or sussing about a brother like he's below you, man, because the scriptures say to esteem each brother higher than yourself. And this is what we need to try and practice, because what the scriptures say, if a man think himself to be something when he's nothing, he deceiveth himself. We don't want to deceive ourselves, man. All we need to do is stay in the spirit, man. Just stay in the spirit. In the scriptures, there weren't no, there ain't no scriptures where everyone's backbiting each other and stuff. It's just bringing out wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. That's all we need to be doing, is bringing out wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is Ephesians 4 and 29. It says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. So anything that's coming out of our mouth, it needs to be edifying. There's no point just talking, just talking about brothers and sisters where you're not really edifying anyone. You're just getting your emotions off your chest. And like I said, I'm not excluded from this, because I can also fall into this because, like I said, we in the flesh. But, we need to just always examine ourselves, man. Examine ourselves if we're walking in the spirit. Like Galatians 5 and 16, or, walk in the spirit. You're not going to fulfill the lust of the flesh, man. And one of the lusts of the flesh, desire of the flesh, man, is getting emotional. So we need to put our emotion to the side and, stay in the spirit and stay in the spirit of edification, man, because we're here to edify people, not really to be slandering people, because then people look at us like, that's an okay thing to do, where it's not. It says, Proverbs 21:23, whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. So sometimes it's better to just shut your mouth and not say nothing, you know. It's best to just keep quiet, you know, uh, unless you're coming with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I'll say it's best to just keep quiet. This is Titus 3:2. It says to speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing all meekness unto all men. So we just need to stay humble, man. We can't be having that proudness, like, you know, we something, man. When, you know, we all going through, we're all learning, we're all trying to get through, man. We're all trying to reach the kingdom. So, you know, let's be humble, man. Like, you know, rebuke brothers when, you know, they in sin, and so on and so forth. But, you know, when it comes to the little whispering and backbiting, man, and talking behind brothers' backs, man, we need to cut it out, man. That's one thing that we need to cut out. Um, Last one, this is Luke 21:15, and this is red letters, you know, it's Yahushua. For I will give you a mouth of wisdom, I give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So when we speaking, we need to be speaking in that spirit of Yahushua, speaking wisdom. You know, if you ain't speaking wisdom, shut your mouth. You know, if it's not wise what's coming out your mouth, it's sometimes best to keep quiet, man, and listen. You know, there's nothing wrong with listening sometimes, man. You know, there's no point talking to try and prove yourself, because sometimes it can backfire. You know, and when you do come out with wisdom, no one can come back and tell you you're doing anything wrong. You know, because you're speaking in the spirit of wisdom, man. So yeah, that's all I wanted to get, man. We just need to, you know, let's not talk behind brothers' backs. You know, if you got a problem with a brother, you know, because if someone had a problem with me, like I said, I would like you to come directly to me and say, look, I feel this about you, my brother. You know, and I have to take it. You know, take it. If it's true, then I take it, man, and I fix up. Or if not, we can have we can disagree and then have you know, we can talk about it, man, because, you know, we can talk about it in the spirit of wisdom, you know, not a spirit of emotion. So yeah, that's all I wanted to get. So on that note, I give all honor, glory, and praises once again to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kadash, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh Shai, Rakata Kadash, Shalom Israel.